So this, I'm going to show you what it looks like all around so you can see how it turned out. So obviously, this is the front. And then this side looks like this. Hello! So today I wanted to do a video about my hair. Last night it was like 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. I mean, like, what would any normal person do besides, you know, cut off 6 inches of their hair? I mean, that's normal, right? Yeah? Yeah, that's normal. I can see you nodding. I know that's normal. I'm gonna pretend it is because it'll make me feel better about myself. So we're gonna do that. So I basically decided to cut it because 4 years ago, I got a pixie cut. It was really short. It was about 2 inches long all over my head, which was disastrous. I have a pudgy face, and although I have gained weight in recent years, my face has always been kind of pudgy. That's just how my face is. I have a circle for a head, and I rock it. So, it just didn't look too cute. People thought it was adorable, but I don't know. I don't really like being adorable. But that's also not the point. It didn't really look good on me because my face was pudgy, as it always has been. But I had to do it because I bleached the bejesus out of my natural hair when I was 14, and my hair was black, and I bought, you know, that Borden blonde crap from the drugstore, and I tried it, and it turned my hair orange. And, you know, being 14, I didn't do any research. So I just did it again. I did it like 3 times in a row, and like, oh, surprise, my hair felt like wet noodles. So I had to cut it off. And then it grew out into a mullet because that's what pixie cuts do naturally. They like to F with you. So it grew into a mullet, which I cut into an angled bob, and I liked it. However, I was still stuck on the idea of having back my long hair that I had when I was like 12, 14-year-old logic. What are you gonna do? So, you know, hair texture changes as you get older. I'm not old, I'm only 19. But, you know, hair texture just changed throughout teenagerdom. So my hair has gotten finer over the years and a little thinner, but that's pretty normal. For curly hair anyway. My hair is naturally curly, but it's thin for curly hair. So it just doesn't look too good in the mid-lengths. You know, it looks good very long and pretty short. It does not really look good from here to boob level. So, but previously my hair, when straightened, was just above boob level. So, the way I cut my angled bob, because I looked on videos I looked on YouTube for tutorials online about how to cut your angled bob, but I couldn't really find anything decent, because most of the videos were how to cut other people's angled bobs. So what I did was I just brought all of my hair forward, and the method I used to use to trim my hair to make it longer in the back and short in the front was I would bring all of my hair to the front and I would just cut it blunt across, because that would mean that when it was back, the longer parts would be in the back because obviously they had to travel farther to get to the front, and the shorter parts would be in the front, which worked very well and just created like a U shape. So for this, I decided to do kind of the opposite. So I brought all my hair to the front, and I partitioned the hair that was in front of my ears. I brought that forward and I clipped it or something. Sassy. I clipped it up. And with the rest of the hair, we're going to pretend this part's clipped up. But you have to make sure that the hair in the front is not in the front like this, and you cut like that, because it would cut this shorter as well, and it would not work the way it's supposed to. So you have to make sure that the hair in the front is on the outside, and the hair in the back is in the very inside. So basically you're trying to make it like this, except obviously you want your head straight so it doesn't get crooked, but that won't really work with the way my haircut is now. So basically I did that, and I made sure this was on this side and the inside was on the inside, and I just cut straight up with scissors like this, back up to the nape of my neck, because I knew that when I straightened my hair and I shook it out, that would make the back the shortest part and the front the longest part. So I did that on both sides. This side turned out a teensy-weensy bit shorter than the other side, but it's okay. It's okay. No harm, no foul. I'm still fine. I think it still looks good. So, and you can't really notice unless I point it out, because it looks pretty much the same. The only thing that's noticeable is the side has much more layers, but that was because of the haircut I had previously. So that wasn't due to this haircut at all. So I did that, and then after I kind of did the rough outline of that, I just kind of went in with the scissors and I just went like this, just cutting kind of downwards to kind of taper the ends a little bit and make it all blend together better and kind of flow more neatly. And the way that I made sure that the back was even, because obviously if I'm parting it down the middle and I'm cutting each side independently, there's a chance that one side will be like this and the other side will be like this. So I grabbed the back of my head, and I just kind of did like this because I didn't actually do this with a mirror in the back of my head. So I just kind of grabbed the nape of hair from the nape of my neck, and I went like that to make sure that it was even. Oh, that's not part of that. That's part of the front of my hair. So I grabbed it like that to make sure it was even. And as you can see, whoo, I'm not very good at this right now. As you can see, it is even there. So that's how I made sure that I didn't royally screw it up, because I have a tendency to do that. I'm actually a professional at messing things up, you know, like I'll try to do one thing and then I'll totally do something else, like something else will come out of it completely different than what I had originally intended, you know, like I'll be washing the dishes and then, you know, I'll bake a cake just like out of the dishes. Just random stuff happens because I'm very, I don't know, my life is weird. So that's what happened with that. And I have blunt bangs. They're still long enough to be blunt bangs. I only cut them about a month ago. So you can see they're still long enough to be blunt bangs. But with a haircut, with this haircut, since my face is so pudgy, I figured that it would look significantly better if I just brought it upwards, because pudgy faces will look more pudgy if you have blunt bangs. But I feel like blunt bangs and pudgy faces still look good together if the hair is long. But since my hair is short, I feel like if I have it like blunt bangs, it'll look really, wow, that looks really seen. Yeah, that's exactly why, because it looks seen. And being seen is not something you should do when you're 19. Seen is, wow, that's like MySpace era. Seen is a long time ago. That's a really long time ago. So that's why I don't do that. Plus it makes me look younger, and I don't really need any help looking younger. I already get carded when I go to, like, you know, movies. PG-13 movies, by the way. I got carded to go to a PG-13 movie. And I was there with my dad and my husband, and I have this big engagement ring, and I have a wedding band over it. And I know that a lot of girls wear jewelry on this finger, but, I mean, usually they won't wear, you know, a band and a ring. That's, you know, kind of more, it's kind of, that's really accessorizing. So people usually just will wear one ring on their finger, and they won't wear something that looks like a wedding band and an engagement ring if they're not, it's not a wedding band and engagement ring. So that was probably really unclear, but you probably got the gist of it. So I hand her the credit card with this hand so she can see this, and I'm with 2 adult males, and she still looks at me and she goes, "Do you have an adult with you?" This movie's PG-13. Yes, I'm gonna need to see your ID. It's PG-13. I'm almost 20. I don't know. She was a little loca in the coconuts, but that kind of stuff has happened before. And I always get carded for R-rated movies. Always. Always. I'm probably going to get carded until I'm like 45. So, but I suppose it's better than being like 13 and not getting carded for anything, huh? So, it works out. It's the kind of thing that people always tell you, oh, you know, you'll appreciate when you're older. And I'm sure I will. But right now, sucks. But back to the original point of this video. That's why I don't keep my bangs down, because it would look redonkulous. So, basically, that's how I cut it. I just cut up, feathered it out, made sure it was even, and I did add some layers in the back here, but I didn't add any on this side. And this side is very stacked and choppy, which is not what I was going for, because you can see how this side is kind of like straight up and down, but this side, even though it is straight, it is stacked up because of the amount of layers I have on this side. And the reason I have so many layers is because of my previous haircut was a Deva cut, which is a method of dry cutting curly hair curl by curl. So basically, it results in kind of wonky layers if you wear your hair straight, but I only wore my hair curly. I wore my hair curly exclusively at the time, so it was perfect for me then. So, but it'll grow out, so it's okay. But overall, I would say this was a not failure. It was even a success, I dare say. So I'm happy with it. And another thing about my hair is I am trying desperately to fade this blasted turquoise color, which has turned blue. I don't like blue hair on myself personally. I prefer with hints of green or hints of red. Flat blue doesn't look too good on me, but that's what this is faded out to. And I'm trying to fade it out so that I can put a purple color over it, because if you follow me on Instagram, which is MU by Leah, shameless plug. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I went to MetroCon in Tampa, which is like an anime convention in Tampa a couple weeks ago. And I dyed my hair purple for that. But I had purple extensions that were straight plum over blonde color. So those turned out like vibrant plum, pinky purple. And I put the purple over this hair color and it turned indigo, which is a very blue-based purple, which is not what I was going for. I was cosplaying as Rarity. But you can really tell with the extension, so it worked out fine for that purpose. But I want to fade all of this out so that I can put the plum over it so I can have like a real pinky purple rather than a blue-based purple. But I've tried everything and it's not working, so if you have any suggestions for fading out semi-permanent hair color, please tell me, because turquoise never goes anywhere. It's like there forever. I've tried washing it with dish soap and I've done like 3 bleach baths and like nothing. So that's the end of my hair tirade. So for my makeup today, I just did a kind of a neutral, warm, smoky eye, which was an accident, but it was a happy accident. So I'll shut up now so you can look at it. Yeah? So that's what I did. And the lipstick I'm wearing is, fickle. The lipstick I'm wearing is Makeup Forever in Rouge and 9. You're not gonna be able to see it because it's extremely tiny print, because I got this in the, I think it was the Sephora birthday thingy for my birthday in January. But it's really pretty. It's just kind of earthy. And then I used this, the Benefits WhatsApp highlighter mini stick, which I also got in the same bundle for my birthday. And I just kind of dotted that in the inside of my lips to make it more three-dimensional. 3D. So that would be why that is that. If you've lasted this long through my video, you're a trooper. Thank you. I know I got a little rambly, but I appreciate you sticking around. And if you like this video, you can like it or comment. And if you like me, you can subscribe, or you can follow me on Instagram, or like me on Facebook, and I have a blog, and social media. Social media is everywhere. So you can subscribe, it's free, and I would really love you forever. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. And don't cut your hair when you're bored, because it may not turn out the way you want it.